Present.
Trustee Jones.
Present.
Trustee McGivern.
Present.
Trustee Viera. Trustee Lyota.
Present.
Trustee Carwheel.
Present.
And Attorney Legnar.
Present.
Could I have a motion to excuse the absentee?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Okay, we're gonna get right down to the good stuff. You wanna talk? I'll let you talk if you want.
Sure. So for the past year or so, year plus, we've been working with both Chief Bod and Assistant Chief Lansing in a holistic perspective in regards to the Green Island Fire Department. So we've made, recently made a provisional appointment of Lieutenant Jones, Jordan Jones, back in December. And tonight we're looking to appoint firefighter Brannigan to also the provisional position of lieutenant. Also tonight, which is very exciting, is Kevin Maloney. We are adding a new member to the department, which has been the first time since I think Jordan joined us several years ago. Kevin's been patiently waiting on the civil service test for years. And we appreciate his patience, and his time has come. So we are very excited to have both of these gentlemen step into new roles, leadership positions, and to join the department. And I think overall it's going to be just a great benefit for the department as a whole.
We have to be ready for this because several of our firefighters have reached retirement age. We're hoping they don't, but they could possibly, half of them leave at the same time. So we're trying to be prepared. So that's why we're doing Kevin's appointment finally. So I'll ask for a motion. We'll do them separately. I'll ask for a motion for a provisional appointment for Patrick Brannigan as Lieutenant of the Green Island Fire Department.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Now I'll do the other appointment, and then we'll do both the swearing-ins. I'd also ask for an appointment for Kevin Maloney of 27 High Street to the position of firefighter in the Green Island Fire Department.
Make the motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Congratulations. Does Patrick and his family want to come up first? I think we're going to come over this way to see if we can. Now that you all moved out of the way. Whoever wants, who's going to hold the Bible?
Bridget.
Bridget, okay. Raise your hands and confirm.
No, I am the only one.
Well, he spit it out right quick. Do any of the guys want to come up?
You're fine, Joe.
Okay, you're going to place your left hand on the Bible and you're going to raise your right hand. I, Patrick Brannigan,
I, Patrick Brannigan,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United
and the
States
Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of lieutenant
the duties of lieutenant
in the Green Island Fire Department
in the Green Island Fire Department
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Be nice. And Ann has the book over here. Would you like to sign that?
Thanks, Chief.
That's all right. We got EMTs here.
Thanks, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kevin,
Thank you.
and your gang.
Thank you. Yep, you can get out of the way. Thank you.
You gonna hold the Bible?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're gonna stand here right in the middle. Rows between two thorns.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody else want to come up? left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. I, Kevin Maloney,
I, Kevin Maloney,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of firefighter
the duties of firefighter
in the Green Island Fire Department
in the Green Island Fire Department
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
All right. Congratulations. See, you don't have a little cheat holes to do it in, so be nice, Mom. Very good. Sign the book for Ann. Thank you. That concludes our swearing in, so if you don't want to stay for the whole meeting, now's your chance to get out. Watch your steps. Oh, thank you. One way to clear a Okay. Okay.
Dress up this way.
Thank you.
You people. You Irishman, didn't you see my thing on the thing?
On the thing, no.
Thing on the Facebook?
No.
Everybody's a little.
Rachel, wait.
Thanks, Gary.
Everybody.
Sean, thank you, sir. Yep, thanks, Betsy.
No one.
Okay, next on the agenda is public forum, but we have no one signed up. Next is our approval of minutes. Everyone has a copy of the minutes from our regular meeting on February 21st.
And I'll just text you when I got it.
I got flying. I just came to say congrats.
Everyone has a copy of the regular meeting minutes from February 21st, 2023. Does anyone have any corrections?
No.
If not, could I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. We have no communications. Next is the approval of claims. Everyone has a copy. Does anyone have any questions? If not, could I have a motion to pay the bills?
Make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is the submittal of the monthly report by the treasurer. Everyone has a copy. Does anyone have any questions? I got all mine answered. I had all my little post-its. If not, could I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of the police activity report for February 2023. Everyone has a copy. Could I have a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of the fire department report for February 2023. Everyone has a copy. Could I have a motion to accept?
I'll make the motion.
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of the monthly report of the Parking Violations Bureau. Notice it wasn't too busy this month.
I know, I don't know why we bought those new tickets.
Everyone has a copy. Could I have a motion to accept the Parking Violation Bureau report?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of adjustments to the water and sewer billings. I think they're just
All
read.
routine.
They read wrong, yep. Everyone has a copy. Could I have a motion to make the adjustments?
Make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of setting the date for the public hearing for the fiscal year 2023-2024. The proposed date would be Tuesday, April 4th at 5 p.m. here at the Municipal Center. Could I have a motion to set the date?
I'll make the motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Next is consideration of registering the village and entering into the purchasing co-op with HGAC. I'm gonna let Maggie comment on that.
Sure, so this is the Houston Galveston Area Council, and basically it's another purchasing co-op that we can register for. And basically what it does is streamlines our procurement process and will allow us to piggyback off a current contract. And we're entering into this co-op similar to what we did with Omnia a couple months back for the roof for the fire department. This will allow us to piggyback off a contract for the fire truck. Any more questions?
So could I have a motion to allow us to register and enter into a purchasing co-op with them?
I'll make a motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's scared, I can't talk tonight. Next is consideration of authorizing the mayor to sign a contract for the purchase of one Toyne stainless steel custom pumper on a Spartan 94 chassis. You think I knew what I was talking about?
Sounds good.
Matt, did you want to come up and say something about it? Or Chief? Actually, both of you can come up and comment on it if you want. Jordan, you might as well come up with them too. You might have something to add.
This is probably my fault, because in a budget meeting or something, we've been talking about pumpers, and we just ordered the exact same pumper in the city of Cost. You guys added a little more equipment to it, but our pumper's a 555-day delivery, this one's a 700-day delivery. So it makes sense to order now, because in 700 days, the price is probably well under $50,000 to $100,000. So Matt did the modifications on it with Jordan, so I'll let Matt talk about it.
Yeah, so basically we just, we went from Cahos, the one they have on order is a 750-gallon tank, so it carries 750 gallons of water. Being that we have normally 2 firefighters on duty, we went with 1,000 gallons of water, which is what we have on our 2 engines that we currently utilize. So the extra 250 gallons in the initial call, yes, we have mutual aid coming, but that extra 250 gallons early on is extremely helpful. So in doing so, it lengthened the body of it, very minute amount, it wasn't much at all. We also added a deck gun up on the top, which is this, it's basically a hose that comes out of the top for any larger fires, things like that. And also we added some intake valves on the side that Cahos didn't have spec'd on theirs. From late November to now, basically, the price has gone up close to $80,000 just on the, they're having a lot of difficulties with getting parts, things like that. So that's what's pushing the delay out to 2 full years. It was 730 days for the build time. So before something goes wrong with one of the other 2 engines, at least we're kind of on board, moving forward in the right direction. And I thank the mayor and Maggie for hearing us out on that. So it's definitely going to, greatly increase our abilities. So
Something's got to give in this country someplace as far as supply chains and us. Some of the parts for these things come from other countries, and I think it's a shame that in our country we allowed that to happen, that we can't be independent in doing these things ourselves. And I think it's something that our folks in Washington and down in the state ought to start thinking about, that we start doing some things like this at home, because we're going to be in a world of hurt if anything happens. So, sorry, I just had to get that in.
That's good.
Quick question, is there any modifications needed for the firehouse or the flooring of the firehouse?
Nope.
Okay.
And so, like I said, currently, as far as weight distribution and things like that, the 2 engines that we have now both carry 1,000 gallons of water. So weight-wise, things like that to the floor of the structure, it's well within range. And then same thing with the height of the doors and length.
Stupid question. So you say it holds 1,000 gallons of water,
Mm-hmm.
and then the truck gets hooked up to the fire hydrant?
Yeah.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, so initially, when we first pull up to a fire call, we can stretch a line, start putting water on the fire, and then usually what happens is mutual aid comes, and then they connect us to a regular
Gotcha.
steady supply, so.
So that extra 250 gallons of water on that initial thing can make a big difference.
Makes a big deal.
And I'll just add, this contract price is good till the end of the month, actually to March 29th. If we enter into the contract by the 29th, we don't have to pay, although they have offered purchasing options, we don't have to actually pay for this truck until delivery day. So we have some time to budget, to plan for. We're working on some grant funding right now to defer the cost, but we have time now. But by agreeing to do this tonight, it'll lock us in at this price.
But then we have to be careful with grant funding, because if we already signed a contract, then.
Correct.
So.
So we quickly applied today. John McDonald is very gracious and is working to help us secure $250,000 in SAM funding for this project. So we had to have our application in before we signed the contract, so that has been submitted, and we're hopeful that we'll be awarded that. That will help us tremendously with the overall cost of this.
But it's important the board understand, we don't have any debt. We don't have a lot of bonds. You know, like we were just at Meet the Mayors, and Mayor Madden was saying they just finished paying bonds from debts that they had 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And you know, we don't have that, thank God, because we're pretty frugal. But we are going to have to do some bans or some bonds and some things. I mean, this Matt just telling you how much the fire truck went up in a couple of months. I mean, that's crazy.
It was like $734 a day.
A day it's going up.
To me, there's just something wrong with that. It just,
There's a bit
it
of a
seems like somebody's
monopoly.
making something up
Right.
somewhere along the line here. But
And it's not just this manufacturer. I heard numbers in the $900,000 range for other brands, you know, like the equivalent of Ford, Chevy, you know, just going across the board. So, you know, it's delays everywhere, you know, length of time and cost is just a lot more too, so.
well, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you for putting the time.
Thank you, Mayor.
Your informed
For
presentation.
doing it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I guess my other question, oh, I'm sorry. My other question was, how old's our other pump, or the older pumper?
So the oldest is a 2001 and the next newest is a 2015. So,
Hey.
you know,
Just Giuseppe Marie, hold on.
yeah.
It's old.
But
They
tell
go
her,
quick.
tell her the neat thing about
So,
the trade-in.
right, so with the newer pumper is a commercial style cab, it's not a custom cab, it's just a little bit different. So being that is newer, basically right now we're putting about the same amount of maintenance into each truck.
Yeah.
The 20-year-old and the newer one, the 2015. So cost in maintenance and upkeep is really the same at this point, it's pretty close to being the same. So in talking to the sales rep, we can kind of sell the newer one, get more of a return on that than we would the 20-year-old pumper. The 20-year-old pumper is still in really good shape. It is a Spartan chassis. It's the same. Parts are much more readily available for that one than the 2015. So, you know, there is some value in getting rid of the newer of the two.
Yeah.
It kind of makes more sense when you're putting the same amount of, you know, maintenance into each one. So they're hopefully, you know, 2 years is a long way away. So hopefully both trucks stay the same as what they are right now condition-wise.
Yeah.
So if John can get us a $250,000 and we can maybe finagle some other things and have a couple bake sales along the way.
Spaghetti supper.
Spaghetti dinners.
Spaghetti dinner, be done with it.
Yeah, we'll get those boot drives going, that's right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
So, could I have a motion to authorize me to sign a contract for the purchase of one Toyne stainless steel custom pumper on a Spartan 94 chassis? Had to say it again.
I make a motion. Second. Say it 3 times.
Joe made a motion, you second?
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's carried. Next is consideration of the monthly recap by GIPA and DPW, but they didn't do it this month, so we're gonna get to it next month. Board forum. Maggie, you wanna talk about bagels with the bunny?
Sure. So we have our Easter event. Now that this nice weather is here, we're thinking we're turning recreation putting my recreation hat back on. And our first event will be Bagels with the Bunny on Saturday, April 1st from 10 to 12 at the community center. We're looking forward to just getting the kids out.
You gonna miss doing those 5,000 eggs up in the park?
Not really. We change the event every year because it's,
That's okay, it's good to shake it up a little.
creative, creative fun.
And just so the board marks your calendars too, we're doing our budget workshop for the trustees here on Monday, April 3rd at 5 o'clock. Then we will have the public presentation on Tuesday night. So the Monday is a workshop for just board members, Tuesday is for the public. So just mark your calendars for that.
The workshop is what time?
They're both at 5 o'clock.
Thank you.
And we'll have packets out to you sometime next week, so you have them in advance of that workshop.
Does anyone on the board have anything to talk about? If not, our next meeting,
Actually, I do. These people that are going around the village, has the police gotten any information on any of these people? I mean, they went through my yard, they've been through several yards, several houses, trying to open car doors. They didn't steal anything, but I just caught them hopping fences with my cameras. So this has been happening for the last 2 or 3 months, 4 months. They don't have a lot to go on. Apparently, I was talking to some people and they said they do it for like a week and then they take like a couple of weeks off and then, but they've hit Lower Payne Street, they've hit our street, the block below me. They saw reaching for cars around the corner from your house. So they're kind of making
around.
Yeah, they're making it around. So I was just wondering if we had heard anything
I
from
haven't
the
gotten
police on
anything back.
I haven't. I know that they're aware of it.
Yeah, yeah.
They're encouraging people to contact them as soon as, we still running
This is
into.
1:30 in the morning, it hit my
I know,
cameras, so
but
it's
as
like,
soon as you are aware of it, to call.
Yeah.
The problem we're still running into is people are just putting it on Facebook
Yes,
and then
yes.
it never is really getting to the police department.
Yeah.
So that still is an issue that we need to continue to educate the
yeah.
public about as far as when
Actually,
they do.
the police department approached us and asked us to put something in this month's newsletter.
Oh, okay, good.
So we did
Right.
put something in
Good,
to make
okay.
people aware of it.
All right.
And you would be amazed at how many calls we get in the village office the next day saying, gee, I heard something about 2 o'clock this morning, and it's like, well, it's 11:30 in the morning the
Why
next
did you call
day.
the cops? Right.
You know, you need to call 911
Yeah.
then, so that they can act on it.
I don't
And-
have my 4-legged alarm anymore, so
Yeah.
I just had to rely on the cameras in the morning.
But the cameras are good.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
that
they are,
is,
yeah.
and because they need the,
It was-
they need the proof.
He actually went up to my gate in my yard and turned and looked at the house, and the camera's like 3 feet away from the window where he looked. But it was too dark, so I think he
Right.
couldn't get
Yeah.
a facial thing.
Yeah.
One thing that helps a lot is
He had a hood.
if people will put motion lights
That's what I'm
out-
doing, 2 new motion
outside their
lights.
houses, near where the cameras are, because even if you don't have a camera, that motion light goes on and they
Exactly.
get out.
I
So,
used to have them and they kind of just,
Yeah,
Yeah.
so, but we also need the public to lock their cars, because if the
Absolutely.
cars are locked and everything,
Yep.
they don't keep coming back, but
Yeah.
I'm still amazed at the people that not only leave their cars unlocked, they leave their keys in the car.
most of the people I've heard that their cars got broken, they weren't broken into, they were unlocked.
Right.
Yeah, they're not damaging cars
No,
or breaking
no.
windows or anything,
No.
that the cars are open.
So it's like, that's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we do hear anything, we'll let you know, but.
Okay. all
But I
right,
do
yeah.
know they're aware of it.
Yeah, okay.
So our next meeting is Monday, our regular meeting is Monday, April 17th at 6:20. Again, our budget hearing is Tuesday, April 4th at 5 PM right here. Could I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion. Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's carried. Thanks, everybody.